dreams of playing soccer, well beyond high school and college. So it should be a good one here tonight. Of course, Harrisburg in their home blue uniforms and Rochester in the yellow uniforms going right to left.
Well, there's no question. I mean, right away, Rochester comes out of the gate coming with high pressure. I mean, you almost to expect that, looking for a quick turnover or whatnot, try to poach a ball if they can. They know that this is the home opener for the Islanders, and they're hoping maybe the nerves are just a little bit there for Harrisburg, and Rochester came out and put a high press on, and, so far, exciting action out of the gate.
Jesse Myers also mentioned, you said it as one of the keys in our pregame is making sure that the back four are staying tight and staying linked together. He a little bit worried about the speed that Harrisburg has up front, and of course, as Betcher said about getting Hernandez and then working the ball over top and working it forward through them. Rochester right away, they recognize that and are ready to play from the back and counteract that speed that Harrisburg has up top, especially with Saini Torre in the game. Exciting player last year that we saw come off the bench many times and just completely changed the tempo and the play of the game. So
yeah, there's no question, Chad. I mean, we had questioned several times over why Torre wasn't starting, but as it turns out, sometimes bringing that spark off the bench, assuming that role, is ideal. And he wasn't doing well as a starter last year. And now this year, Coach Betcher said in preseason he was sharp from the first minute. And, of course, when there's no reentry, you have to manage a game. And sometimes if you manage a game and you bring a quality player off the bench, obviously that's what you're looking for. You're looking for the result. You're not so much worried about whether, Torre's feelings are hurt or whatnot. I think he's more concerned about getting a result. And he came in and impacted the game right away. And now he's shown that he can start again. And again, he's a very young player, so he's learned the ropes a little bit, realizing how to play the full 90.
So restart here for the Rochester Rhinos. Ball be sent in by Latique. That one sent in dangerously, and getting ahead on that one deep inside was Greg Jordan out of Naperville, Illinois. Illinois. Ball driven in again. That one flicked on. Noble able to gather that one in. So Pittsburgh right away, not sitting back in, not holding up and waiting to see what Harrisburg's going to do. They come out right in the attack right away. And like Jesse Meyer said, and we had a chance to talk to him before the game, he says this is probably one of the most talented teams he's ever had. So as this team starts to settle in, gets used to each other, gels, I'm sure we're going to hear a lot from Rochester as the season goes on. And they've always been an outstanding club.
No question about it, Chad. I mean, again, where you start and where you end, and quite frankly, it's where you end.
Exactly. Ecker trying to slide that ball through for Malore. Ecker with a shot, and that one knocked down. What a great defensive play inside the box there. Getting a foot on it was Vallejo Duckett.
That could have been costly for Rochester to give up a goal that quick on a blunder.
First 20 minutes of a game is the toughest. You want to make sure that you can get through that either ahead or even. And if you can't, that puts a team on their heels, and the game plan has to change for coaches and everything.
Well, there's no question. I mean, to establish a rhythm, it really sits more on Harrisburg's shoulders because they're at home. Rochester can come out and start flying and try to pick off some balls or poach some balls up on top. But more importantly, Harrisburg needs to settle this game down and establish their rhythm. And after about 15, 20 minutes, you're right, both teams will eventually settle in. And Rochester being a quality club, this has always been a great battle between both teams. So
here's Malore with that burst of speed, tries to slide it in behind. Nice defensive play there by Bellamy for Rochester as they work it out right away. But that speed from Malore on the far side, he just absolutely left the defender in his dust over there. Tried to swing that one in behind the defense running back towards their goal. But good job by Rochester right off the bat. They talked about defensively. They're doing a great job. Harrisburg offensively, they wanted to use that speed and work it from the middle of the field. We're starting to see some of that come together now.
Well, we watched Malore play all last year, too, and a lot of times he came off the bench as well. Very effective left-footed player, quick pace, good ball server. Again, Rochester's got to pay very close attention to him. Again, if they stay connected in the back and make sure they deny service from him, they'll be okay all evening. But if they allow him to serve consistently all night long, they're going to be in some trouble.
Thrown on the far side, Malore over to take it. There you see Brandt for the Harrisburg City Islanders and Brett Schneider for Rochester Rhinos. What a fantastic crowd on hand here tonight for the season opener here on City Island. The Skyline Sports Complex sits directly in the center of the Susquehanna River with the City of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, facing it across the river. Just an outstanding venue here for USL soccer. And Invicta Sports happy to be bringing it to you again. This is our 6th season of bringing USL soccer and Harrisburg City Islanders soccer to you.
Walter Services, proud to sponsor the City Islanders.
You know, it's quite interesting, Chad. I was actually kind of sitting here thinking about that, and it's been 6 years.
6 years.
It just seems like yesterday that we started, and just seems like yesterday that the last game of the season from last year, and next thing you know, we're right back at it again this year. It's always a good time, and always a good crowd here. They always put a good product on the field, and again, the competition level at this league has just gotten better year in, year out.
Absolutely. Look over at Patrice, okay. Pictures being taken here while we're on air. So I remember Larry coming, was with the city of Harrisburg at the time, coming down here, and Mayor Reed come in and did the all opening ceremonies and dedicated the, everything for the team and everything. And we called that game single camera with a handheld microphone, and I remember calling that first goal scored here on the island by the Harrisburg City Islanders. It was exciting. 10 years ago.
Well, you know what? Something that's really cool that I don't know if a lot of teams have the opportunity to do so, but Harrisburg actually has been able to provide 3 or 4 local players.
Yes.
And have been successful with that, which to me is a byproduct of the youth system that's within the 100-mile radius.
Exactly.
And they've done very well with that. And Bill Betcher's always been very good about making sure that he goes after some of the local talent and rewards them for the work they put in as youth players.
Consistently, they've had some great youth players, and that's a big thing. Sometimes you'll see 1 or 2 come through, but they've consistently had players every year that keep coming up through the system. So Rochester with another opportunity there. There you get a great shot of Nick Noble out of Charleston, West Virginia. Back again here with the Islanders as they start their 10th year. Of course, a great partnership with the Philadelphia Union. That's been exciting for the last couple of years, but a big addition this year with the MLS now joining forces with the USL as well. That's just adding all kinds of new excitement here for USL soccer and for the Harrisburg City Islanders, especially with that partnership between Harrisburg and the Philadelphia Union. Ball in the back now as Harrisburg starting to settle things down. Zizzy getting the start here for the Islanders. Got a powerhouse team this season as they start, of course, some outstanding players coming from the Union, part of their reserves, and some young players like McLaughlin that they're working to get themselves ready to go up to the A squad. But already seeing the benefits of that as that ball, they try and drive that one through, as Tom Brandt tried to send that one, but not able to do so.
Well, what's great about some of these players that have come from the Union, too, this is an opportunity for them to develop a lot of confidence, because once they switch from going from the USL into the MLS, although the venue will be larger and the crowds will be larger, the game itself will be pretty much the same, other than maybe the tempo might be a little bit higher. But, in years past, the Islanders have done very well against the MLS teams. We've seen them here beat New England. We've seen them beat Philadelphia. They've done very well. So, to me, it's just a great opportunity for these young kids to come and play and obviously to grow and develop with their game.
Gabe Lateef with a nice shot there and a save by Noble. Noble was able to gather in the rebound. It didn't get out too far, but what a great strike as that ball was leaked in there along this near side.
Great opportunity on the left peg. He probably would have been better served to go to the back post with that, but under a little bit of pressure, hit it with power. Noble had it covered.
Ball down the right side. It's going to go out of play. It was intended there for Jan Ekra. Ekra from the Ivory Coast. A big mix of players this year again, and I've mentioned that several times, and the same with around the league, but Harrisburg starting to bring in a lot of different players now and getting a lot of players starting to come in and try out for this team. They've been successful, for so many years, really, just being 10 years in the USL, or a 10-year club, of course. They've been very successful, making it to the championship game several times, winning the championship. So people want to be here. They want to be in Harrisburg. They want to play on the island.
Well, I also think they recognize, too, that you have a good coaching staff, and Coach Betcher has been in a position to be able to get some of these guys looks in the MLS right after their season has ended or during the season. So, people want to be a part of that. People want to be a part of something great.
Hernandez swings this one in low, and that trying to flick on. It's going to be cleared out here by Reedy. And Christian Hernandez is out of Guadalajara, Mexico. Of course, on loan from the Philadelphia Union. Throw-in will be left on the far side now. Anding will take the throw for the Islanders. There you see Don Anding. He's from Amity Harbor, New York, so good mix. We got players from Lititz, PA, Charleston, West Virginia, Naperville, Illinois, Kansas City, Jamaica, Carlisle, PA, the Ivory Coast, Trinidad, Tobago. List goes on and on. Costa Rica, Oldham, UK, Honolulu, Hawaii, Zimbabwe, Gambia. I mean, we got players from all over the place. Hollywood, Florida. Just a great mix of players and talent that all gel together here early on in the season to give Harrisburg their 2-0 run here as they started out the season. Their best, if not their best, one of their best definitely in their 10-year history.
Yeah, I actually believe it was. I believe it is their best, Chad. I was talking to the owner, Eric Pettis. He said, hey, it's a great start for us. You know, and what's interesting is that for Harrisburg, and it's always been one of those things for them, they have started off slow in the past. This year they come out of the gate sharp, and they can build on that. So all that comes with that is nothing but confidence. You know, and again, in talking to the coach from Rochester, you know, he doesn't seem to be too alarmed that they've had a bit of a slow start because obviously it does come down to where you end. But ultimately, for me, you know, again, bowl squads, good quality squads, they know how to recover. They're professional teams. They know how to recover. So if you're up, they know how to respond. If they're down, they know how to get their act together to get where they need to be.
Hernandez plays it ahead here for Torre. Torre with a turn, still with it. Now Ekra, lets one rip, and that one just goes up and out of play. So an opportunity there for the Islanders, starting to work the ball around a little bit. Hey, if you like what we're doing here on Invicta Sports, you can find out more about what we do at Invicta.net. Everything from live sports, TV commercials, television shows, infomercials. We do live multi-camera events for parades and sports and concerts. Check us out, Invicta.net. Give us a call. We'd love to give you a quote for any of your work. Lots of streaming as well, like we're doing here for the USL. So give us a call or check us out, Invicta.net.
Well, that's exactly what Coach Jesse Marsh does not want to happen. His back four, although they were connected, the center mids were starting to get a little disjointed, and they allowed Eckler with a free shot from only 35 yards out. That can't happen. Eventually, the Islanders will connect on something like that. They have to be better organized in the midfield, and that actually stems from the back. The back has to make sure that their center mids, everybody's intact, everybody's nice and compact around the top of the 18 so they don't get those free shots.
Lots of talking from the back. Ball swung in deep, and that one headed away. Still loose. McLaughlin trying to get there, can't. Ekra now with it. Still with it. Jan Ekra gets a shot off. Nothing there. Here's Malore now trying to shoot. What a fantastic job by Rochester just to clog that up. 3 shots, 3 blocks. Outstanding job defensively there, Larry. They never should have gotten that situation, but to recover from those back fours, fantastic.
You know, great service by Hernandez. Rochester did an excellent job of cleaning it up. Again, Chad, now they were a little bit more connected, a little bit better organized, and stepped in, blocked some big shots. Malore with a good left-footed shot, blocked. Obviously, there's an injured player there on the play. I assume it's number 22 for Rochester. It looks like he's struggling a little bit.
Was it 22?
Yeah.
That's Bilal Duckett, the former Harrisburg City Islander player, actually.
Looks like he's struggling. He's really hobbling around the center mid out there.
Well, he blocked that last shot, and I'm not sure, where it caught him. But the Islanders all over those rebounds. The play started back here in the middle of the field when McLaughlin got that ball and went straight across the field with it, sent it to the far defender, and they brought it in. So it was a great job of switching the field up and attacking from both sides of the field for the Islanders. That kind of loosened up that defensive midfield of Rochester.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, again, as quickly as they can change the point of attack, get in behind them, get early service. Great ball here, McLaughlin. Now he isolates him 1v1.
And
good decision.
Speed here, too. He's got some tremendous speed and great footwork. Ekra trying to send that in. They'll get a goal kick or corner kick off of this. It goes off of Danny Earls for Rochester. So the second corner kick of the game now for Harrisburg.
You know, if Harrisburg can keep isolating their outside mids, Mellor as well as McLaughlin, with pacey players, both right and left-footed, they're going to put the Rochester outside backs to a lot of work this evening, and they're going to get service in.
And that's exactly what Jesse Myers was talking about, not wanting to let that speed hurt them. And right now, I mean, early on, Rochester was doing a great job, but Harrisburg really wasn't pushing. Now it seems like they've really fired it up, and they're starting to push that ball to the outsides and let them attack from the outsides. And right now it's working.
Well, and the key for that, obviously, is Harrisburg changing the point of attack quickly, early, and often. So if they can unbalance them, little combination through the middle and then swing a ball out wide one way or the other. And again, then when you have pace like that, speed kills. So when they can run at them like that, put them back on their heels, get them twisted facing their own goal, trouble's going to be on the horizon for Rochester if they don't clean this up.
Ball headed down and settled by Rochester here as they need to, like you said, start to get some things moving here. That ball switched over, nobody making a run on the far side. Part of that is because Harrisburg's been pushing so much that everybody not really wanting to move forward too quickly for Rochester. They want to make sure they can recover because of that speed in the center of the field.
Yeah, again, agree. I think Rochester needs to settle this game down a little bit. Now, Harrisburg's pretty much had the better of the play here for the last 5, 6, 7 minutes, and I think Rochester needs to start connecting some passes, bring it around the back a little bit, stretch them out, bring Harrisburg out, maybe not with a lot of pace, but bring them out a little bit and then start connecting some smaller balls. Right now, they've been trying to change the point on a longer diagonal ball. Harrisburg seems to have the number on that, and they're winning. They're very good in the air in the back. They got good size, even though Jordan may not be the tallest guy, but he's very good in the air. So right now, if Rochester can settle down, start connecting some passes, establish a bit of a rhythm, they're going to find a little bit more success.
Ball sent in, that one given right back on the outside. Here comes Harrisburg striking in inside the 18. Ball cut back. Malore trying to get a turn and can't. Still loose in there, and now Rochester able to get a foot out and on that one. Zizzy keeps that one in play, plays it back for Hernandez. Looks like it's going to be a Rochester throw-in. Great overlap on the far side on that last run by Don Anding for Harrisburg and bringing that right inside the box. So Harrisburg's starting to look for everybody to get in that mix and make sure they're throwing everything they can here at Rochester early. Oh, here's Eckers, got some space. Actually had Torrey on the run inside, could have maybe just slid that inside, and that ball sent right down the middle, and Torrey just got a touch on it, but it flipped up over top of the goal.
I actually thought Eckler missed Torrey, too. I thought he had him with the outside of the boot to slip him in, but the play ended up coming well. Malore serves a great ball in. Torrey's got to finish that.
Take a look at the replay on that one. Just a fantastic opportunity here. Two places. They were still able to get a shot on goal here. Right there, he could have slid him right through, but gets a nice ball out for Malore. And, oh, yeah, just a open to the foot. And Torrey, it looked like right at the last minute, bounced up in his ankle rather than the inside of his foot. So good opportunity, though, for the City Islanders early on here. In our 18th minute of play, happy to have you along here on Invicta Sports. Hope you're enjoying our coverage tonight. Chad Edwards and Larry Julius bringing you the call tonight, and our whole Invicta crew doing a nice job.
That's a foul.
And we'll have a restart here for the Islanders deep inside. So Rochester came out guns a-blazing early, Larry, but right now Harrisburg has taken pretty much absolute control of this game. And but, you know, that's the ebb and flow of soccer as well. This can change at any time, but right now it just seems like Harrisburg has kicked it into that next gear and is, you know, starting to attack with some vigor now.
Well, exactly what Coach Betcher had said. He wants to be able to establish a rhythm, and he's done so. He absorbed the pressure that Rochester threw at him. Rochester came out, everybody forward, trying to poach a ball, and now Harrisburg has now established their rhythm in their home, and they now believe they have confidence, and they're playing good soccer, and this is what people come out to watch. Good
dangerous
quality
play
soccer.
Here. Rochester with the ball. Slid across the top, and that one knocked away, but it's still inside the 18 for Rochester. Shot taken, and Noble able to gather that one. And dangerous play as that one was headed across the 18. It looked like Noble was going to get there, but didn't.
Well, I'll tell you what, great outside move in, number 11 from Rochester. Brett Schneider. Again, better served if he goes to the back post with that ball, but dangerous. That's the game. All of a sudden, City Islanders are all over. Next thing you know, boom.
Takes a nice shot there. Good save, though. Yep. So, like you said, it's been a total domination about the last 8 to 10 minutes here for the Islanders. But at any minute, we've seen, how many games have we seen, Larry, with the youth program where a team completely dominates? I remember one game that when my son Josh was playing and we were down in Maryland at a tournament. And we completely dominated the game. The entire game, I don't think the team got the ball over midfield against us but once, and they scored and beat us 1-0.
I've been a part of too many of those games.
Exactly. So you never know. I mean, you still got to put the ball in the net. Just complete domination doesn't win games necessarily.
Well, and again, I mean, everything's against Rochester here. I mean, they have not played, let's just say.
Not like the Rochester team.
Yeah,
used
I mean,
to.
they've had some injuries. They have some issues that they're trying to iron out. But this is Harrisburg's home owner. I mean, these guys are certainly not here to give anything away. And right now, I mean, they've absorbed some good pressure, and they have done a decent job, Rochester has. Again, I go back to what I said earlier. I think Rochester needs to settle the game down, get the ball on the ground, connect through the midfield.
Slow it down a little bit, yep.
Absolutely.
That's we could talk a little bit about what Billy Betcher brought up, too, in the pregame was that he did not want the excitement of the home opener to hurt them by everybody trying to do a little bit too much. In terms of that, how do you think Harrisburg has responded with that concern that Billy had?
I think Harrisburg's done a fantastic job of buying into Coach Betcher's pregame, which was probably exactly what he had said to us, which is, hey, let's not get caught up in the emotion. Let's connect. Let's keep the ball moving. Let's establish our rhythm. This is our opening night, but let's share the ball. Let's make each other better players by keeping the ball moving. Let's get a little excitement going by keeping the ball hot. And honestly, they've done a great job of doing that. And again, Rochester has absorbed the pressure to this point, but again, Harrisburg has done an excellent job of playing in the attacking third, owning the middle third. So, again, I think they've done a nice job of doing exactly what he wants, and now it's just a matter of putting one away.
Rochester with a restart here now off the foul against Sini Torre. Take a look at the foul here. Turn right there, and Torre steps in right there. A little bit of a push, gets the leg in on that lower left leg of number 26, Gabe Latique. So the restart here for the Rhinos. Troy Roberts drives this one down the left side looking for Latique, and that one's going to stay in. Nice job bringing that one down out of the air. Down in the corner now. That's going to go off of the Islanders for a throw-in. Latique will take the throw for Rochester. Big throw deep inside the box. That one headed away by the Islanders. Still in play, though. Now it will run off. Good job by Greg Jordan to get ahead on that one. I remember last year Greg Jordan playing, come off the bench a few times, but really didn't start to get his start until Bixler went down later in the season. And that was the first time we got a chance to see him. And I tell you what, I'm impressed with his play. He's a good, solid, defender in the back, smart defender. That ball dangerously sent through the box.
That's a great ball. I mean, Noble's going to have to come off his line. Maybe it was curling away from him a little bit more than what we can see up here, but I think that's him. Anything in the six like that, I certainly would encourage our keepers to come off and get a poach or a punch or a grab.
McLaughlin holds, waits for Zizzy. Hernandez again with the ball. Hernandez again with it. Now Zizzy. Zizzy waits. Islanders just taking their time, moving the ball around. Forces Rochester to have to do some chasing. Ekra playing deep here, drives it to that far side, but it's behind.
You can see, Chad, now that it's 23 minutes in, you can now see the game is starting to kind of slow itself down a little bit. Rochester's sitting a little bit deeper, just outside the D right there. They're getting everybody a little bit more compact, a little bit more organized, not chasing. Once the ball swings around the back four for Harrisburg, they're now starting to sit in a little bit more and force those longer balls by Harrisburg. And again, now that's when the game, again, who can then connect the smaller passes? Who can get in those pockets? Who can combine around the top of the 18? And that's where the chess match starts to come in.
I've been very impressed, and not used to seeing the type of movement in the center of the field by the City Islanders. I mean, you see Ekra dropping back, and then he's up top. You see Torre dropping in, and then he's up top. You see Hernandez dropping in, then he's up top. I mean, the forwards and the center midfielders right now for the Islanders are just doing a fantastic job of constantly rotating in and out of spaces, moving and loosening things up. So it's really difficult for Rochester to kind of figure out where everybody's at and play that, because there's a lot of movement taking place with the Islanders right now.
Well, what you see, I mean, you got Hernandez, a very composed, even though he's only 19 years old, very composed, wants the ball at his feet, and Ekra very busy. So there's a very good complement of those two players. And when you have Ekra putting a lot of pressure and buzzing around a little bit, that creates different pockets. And the contrast in styles, is very well served for Harrisburg. And then you got Torrey popping back in those pockets, like you were saying. I mean, it's good stuff. I mean, again, I'm very impressed early on with watching how Harrisburg is really trying to take ownership of this game, connecting passes. I mean, I've been very impressed with their play so far.
And, on the Rochester side, I think defensively, the team is playing what Jesse Myers was looking to have them do. He wanted them to stay solid. I think, Harrisburg has been doing a lot of movement, but still, to that effect, they've had some opportunities, but the Rochester defense has done a good job of countering those. And so from a positive right now for Rochester, the defensive side of the ball that Jesse was looking for, I think that he's getting right now. Just he needs more production from the midfielders and forwards.
Well, one of the keys is they got to keep the ball. I mean, they win the ball back, but they're not keeping it. Harrisburg's doing an excellent job of putting back pressure right back on the ball again and winning it back. As a coach, you certainly want your players to immediately chase the ball when they turn over. If they can win it back, fantastic. And Rochester, like I said, has to do a better job of winning the ball back and keeping the ball. And once they do that, then they can get Harrisburg to kind of settle in a little bit. But right now, with their first touch not necessarily being where it needs to be, speaking of Rochester, Harrisburg is kind of smelling that, and they're putting a little bit more pressure on the ball, and they're winning the ball back within 2 and 3 passes.
Ball driven up here, that one headed on by the Islanders. Looked like it was Anding getting in there. Here's Eckler with it now. That one caught up a little bit in the grass. Rochester with control now. Again, like you said, right now they just need to try and knock this ball around, get a feel for the game, slow the pace down a little bit, draw the Islander players towards them, see what opens up. Nice ball down through right here. And nice takedown there by Luzenzeres. But defensively, Harrisburg was there to quick take that down.
And again, Chad, I think it's a good ball too. But what I'm not seeing from Rochester is enough connecting passes. It's 1, 2, and then they look to find their target. And maybe that's their game plan. We really didn't get that in depth with Coach Jesse about this. However, to me, it's playing into Harrisburg's hands. They got 4v1 when they knock the ball in. Harrisburg's sitting in behind them. They win the ball, and then they come back out again. Rochester just needs to start connecting some passes, establish a little bit of rhythm. Again, this is tough. They're on the road. They don't have a win yet. They have to find a way to get a result somehow, some way.
Far side of the field. Again here, ball driven down. Dangerous here trying to get in there. And off his line was Noble. Had to put a head on that one. That ball again sent through for Matt Luzenzeres. And he was not able to gather that one in.
That was a very wise move by Noble's part. Did a great job.
Check out USL Pro online at facebook.com/USL Pro. Or you can find him on Twitter at USL Pro. Ball still in play. McLaughlin with a dangerous play there. Hernandez trying to win that one, and that one knocked all the way back by Zizzy. Hernandez slow to get up. That ball kept in play there by Andrews. Now this one dangerous down this left side, but just one person in the mix. You see 5 players in there for the Islanders getting back. Rochester just not pushing forward enough on that opportunity. Nice ball played through. Earls with it now. Earls gets the cross, top of the box, still loose, and that one knocked out again by Jordan. What a great defensive play there.
Tremendous read by Greg Jordan to be able to anticipate that ball in and step in and slide and sacrifice himself. I mean, it was great stuff.
McLaughlin plays it back, and the Islanders will recharge here. Right now, Rochester's starting to pick the pace up, and we're going to have maybe a yellow card here off of that one. That was a dangerous slide in after that.
Yeah, a little
Nothing.
late.
Both players, good sportsmanship. A little late there by Luzenzeres.
Well, Rochester's starting to get a few turnovers in the offensive third, so now they have some numbers forward, where before those longer balls they were playing, it's 1v4, so they didn't have the numbers. Now they're getting some numbers in. They're getting a little dangerous, starting to develop a little bit of momentum, a little bit of rhythm, a little bit of confidence, which they can certainly use. And they've done a little bit better in the offensive third, which, of course, they need to do.
Or, of course, you can visit the website or phone the box office. Battle for the Capital, Islanders versus Union, right here this summer.
Ball sent ahead. That one headed right back in, and Rochester able to get a foot on this one. Nice takedown here. Again, Rochester, quick. It looks like they're looking to just drive that ball over top and hope for somebody to be able to get through. This one flicked on again here by Brett Schneider. Brett Snyder trying to chase it down. Nice job defensively by Cody Andrews. He was able to gather that one in. Ekra quickly ahead for Torrey. Back to Ekra. Ekra tries to run through this one all the way for McLaughlin. Now McLaughlin trying to get there. He does. And McLaughlin scores the first goal of the year at home here for the Harrisburg City Islanders.
Well, that's exactly what Coach Jesse Myers did not want. He didn't want to get beat with pace.
Jimmy McLaughlin with a great run down inside here. Just tips it by, takes his time, and finishes. Make sure he drives it hard, finds the back of the net. And, of course, Malor was there just in case to make sure it was going to go in. Ekra with the assist. What a great play out. You know, Ekra was mauled at midfield. Grabbed the shirt, grabbed the shoulder, tried to bring him down, but did a great job of getting that ball through. And nice finish for the Islanders. They go up 1-0. Now things have to change for Coach Jesse Myers in Rochester. They've got to find a way to settle this game and get control of the ball and start to move it around a little bit instead of just driving it over the top like they are right now.
No question. And you know what? The buildup from Harrisburg was very good right there. It was a good combination right through the central part of the pitch when you have Torre and Ekra combining. McLaughlin initiated a great run, all that pace he has. It was excellent stuff by Harrisburg. And again, this is what Jesse Myers did not want. He did not want to get so stretched out that he would get caught in a running match with Harrisburg's speedy forwards, and unfortunately was burned by that.
Down inside, Harrisburg trying to strike again. This one cleared out by Rochester.
These next 5 minutes are critical for Rochester. They need to put themselves in a position now to bunker down and not allow Harrisburg to strike again in the next 5 minutes. There has to be better communication from the back to the middle to get better organized. And to me, right now, it's critical.
Player down for Harrisburg. I can't see the number. Of course, it's so many new faces.
Yeah, it looks like Andrews to me.
We're not
Chad.
able to. It's actually number 4, so it's Cody Andrews. Yep.
Yeah.
Some
I didn't
of the
see
new
what
faces,
happened.
we got to get used to the faces
Yeah.
now. Call everything by the face I see. And
I didn't see what happened. Did you see what happened?
I don't know if he got kicked or if he just started to maybe cramp up a little. May have just got taken a knock to the back of the leg there. Again, here's another ball driven over the top, and Andrews gets ahead on that one. Now Zizzy gets ahead on it. Ekra comes back and settles it. Islanders will look again to see what they can put together. Hernandez, great patience there. Torre. McLaughlin's off right now, so now the ball in for Malor. Malor's got Ekra outside here. Tries to slide in for Torre, and that one goes off the post. Oh, Torre with 2 golden opportunities in the contest here tonight. He can't believe he missed that one as well.
Well, I'll tell you,
what a great buildup.
I'll tell you, Chad. As you see the replay here, I thought Torre missed him. We're missing the first part, but then Malor gives him a delicious ball right back.
Oh, fantastic. You know, Jan Ekra was wide open on this near side as well, but what a great ball through for Torre. Torre's, he's got to finish that.
Well, the first one, and we didn't see the replay far enough, but we didn't see what Torre had Mellor to begin with, and he held it. Patience settled in, gave a good ball in, and then Mellor did a nice job of finding
Torre back.
Yeah.
So Islanders, nice build up there. That one coming from the back again, much like the assist that Ekra had on the first goal to McLaughlin. And that's what you want to see. You want to see some great build up from the back. Here's the Islanders for the first time poking one over the top. Look at this play here, trying to bring it down on that far side.
But they can do that now, Chad, because they have kept the ball on the floor, and they've moved it around. They've forced Rochester to get a little bit tighter and step a little higher. Now, all of a sudden, now they can open one up and air a ball out like that, and it was a great, well-weighted ball. So now they have the opportunity of playing a little cat and mouse with Rochester. Rochester needs to establish that. Harrisburg has just done an absolutely superb job of keeping the ball on the floor and creating opportunities that way.
And that was Anding. Again, overlapping on the side there. Ball goes out on the far side there. 35th minute of play here, 1-0 Islanders, getting their goal in the 30th minute from McLaughlin. Nice ball sent through by Ekra. Ball swung in. Zizzy there gets a head on it, knocks this one out. Hernandez trying to bring that one down. Rochester right now needs to settle the ball, like you said, knock it around a little bit, start to get the feel for this game again, Larry.
Absolutely. I mean, again, if they can start doing that, but then stuff like this allows Harrisburg to step higher, but they need to get a little bit more composed on the ball and keep the ball a little bit. Every ball they've played so far, for the most part, has been long into Luzerner's feet or into his head or into his chest, and that's a tough ball. I mean, and then we're stretched out. Rochester's stretched out. There's no numbers to attack. So they need to establish their own rhythm. And I'm sure Rochester coach is taking some notes on this and saying, hey, in order for us to be successful, we got to find a way to keep the ball on the floor. We have to blend it a little bit. It can't be the same ball all night long. Harrisburg has got our number.
Ball sent inside now. Rochester trying to work things through. They'll work the outside. That one's going to run too far, though, for Duckett.
A little better. I mean, they're trying to connect a little bit, and then they're trying to penetrate off the floor. I mean, a little better. And you could see them trying to do it, but 35 minutes in and not really establishing much of a rhythm has just flourished Harrisburg with their confidence.
Long ball sent right back over the top again, and this one will come all the way back for Noble. He'll settle it down. They've got the 1-goal lead. We'd mentioned just a moment ago that long ball that was sent through by I should say, to Don Andy. Andy being that outside left back, we've seen at least 5 or 6 overlap runs from him already in tonight's game, and with tremendous speed and pace and just fantastic touch on the ball as well. So we've seen some of that in the past from some Islander players, but nothing with that type of skill and speed from those outside defenders.
Well, again, you know what? You have to have a guy that can deliver the ball, which Jordan did a great job delivering the ball like that, and then making the run. It's a 40, 50-yard run like that. I mean, that's a great ball. The outside mid holding a little bit, keeping everybody a little bit higher. Now they get in behind him. I mean, speed is something you can't teach. Speed is something that if you have it and you can utilize it to your best ability. Again, we've seen Harrisburg play some great soccer over the years, and Coach Betcher has done an excellent job of preparing his teams, and I think the team he has that we have seen so far this year is just
tremendous.
Yes, absolutely.
I look at this team, and you and I spoke about this last year and the year before even, that when we saw Orlando for the first time on the island, we were blown away.
Yeah.
It was like 2 different leagues playing each other. And there really is not that much of a big difference between MLS and USL Pro. And we've said that before, and you can see that sometimes in the Open Cup matches that the Islanders have played and others. But there was a dramatic difference. You could see in the quality of the play, how they attacked the ball, all those types of things. I'm seeing that type of play from the Harrisburg City Islanders that we saw from Orlando when they were here last year.
There's no question. And again, speed. I mean, they're able to do things at a high rate of speed. They're able to keep the ball moving at a high rate of speed. And they're able to keep the ball within their team. That's huge. And if you can play quickly and efficiently in a positive form like they're doing right now, they're going to be tough to beat.
Boy, there is a tremendous crowd on hand here tonight for this opening match. It's great to see the following. Well, a free kick here for Harrisburg.
And Chad, you know what you have from that? Now you have a great crowd. They see an exciting product on the field. They're telling somebody, next thing you know, the next crowd's going to be as large, if not larger. This is excellent. Harrisburg needs to maintain another 45 minutes of the play that they've brought to the table so far.
I tell you, I don't remember seeing that many fans down to the right behind the visiting goal right now at a game in a long time. So it's a great, hats off to the Harrisburg City Islanders, management staff, John Gregg and Patrice Pettis and all the office staff for getting out there and getting the message out there and getting the promoting and getting everybody ready for this opener, because they've done a fantastic job. Watch every USL Pro game this season on USLNation.com, whether you're at home on your mobile device, I should say. You'll never be far from the game. USL Pro on UNation, that's where you're watching us right now. Thanks for watching. I'll tell you what, it's been a great job by USL Pro Soccer and UNation to get the games out there to more and more people. we get tremendous feedback from viewers from not only in Harrisburg but from around the country that watch these games and appreciate it, and we appreciate them watching as well. But that's the hard work and effort of the USL to help grow their league and grow their product by getting it out there and making it accessible to people to watch their favorite teams at home and on the road. I know my dad tunes in from Messina, New York, and your parents tune in from out in
St. Louis.
St. Louis. We got soldiers from out in California that are watching and overseas. So we appreciate your comments, and we thank you for watching, and we hope that we do a good job of bringing you these games, and you can feel some of the excitement that we get to experience here as well. Zizzy goes down hard as he grabs the back of his head, and we'll have to wait and see. I did not see the call on, or the play there. Zizzy's still down. We'll take a look on the replay and see if we can see what happened here. The ball comes across. Zizzy's still there. Oh, right there. The knee came in at the end as both players were playing. That did not look like a deliberate foul at all. I think a good call by the official. Blake, Brett Snyder was going in, and as him and Zizzy went down, Brett Snyder, it looked like he actually tried to get his arms over top of him, but his knee came through and caught Zizzy in the back of the head. And, with the head injuries today, they took their time making sure that he got up and he was okay before the referee was going to let things go. But several of the Islander players calling for a card. Good call by the official. Yeah,
I thought so, too. I mean, that's just a physical mismatch. I mean, as soon as Brett Schneider went over his back and just accidentally caught him in the back of the head, of course, that's probably about a 40-pound difference right there. It certainly is gonna hurt Zizzy, no question about it.
Noble puts the ball back in play here in our 42nd minute, headed on by Ekra. Rochester, again, it almost looks like they're content with just, as long as the ball's out of their end of the field, they're happy with it. It seems like they're over-anxious wanting to get that ball up and out. Nice defensive play there, but dangerous as Torre was almost able to squeak through. Tipped on past Jordan, but coming over again, getting a foot on that one, was Don Andine out of Amity Harbor, New York. New player here to the Harrisburg City Islanders.
I've actually been very impressed with his play so far, not only defensively, but on the offensive side as well, being able to get forward and get service in. I mean, he's done very well.
Ball goes up and out of play.
From 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Fort Hunter Park. Don't miss this free family-friendly event.
Nike Soccer. Nike is proud sponsor of USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information. Nike, part of USL Soccer this year. We've got a red card, an instant red card going to Brett Schneider here. And we've got, it looks like Torre's down.
The 43rd minute.
We'll take a look at the replay here, Larry. I didn't catch what happened, but ball comes out. Brett Schneider has it. Oh man, yeah, he just went really hard in. That's where broken legs and knee injuries and ankle injuries come from. Those types of slide-ins there.
Chad, is there any way we can get another replay on it? It almost looks like he was hit and turned into Torre. Can we get another replay?
You're right. You may be right, Larry, because it looked like he didn't quite really get a chance to knock at that hard. It was more of a, see if we can see it slowed down here as the ball comes back. Torre's going in. You're right. Zizzy actually got a push in the back.
Yeah.
And Brett Schneider kind of flew in the air sideways. So I don't know about that one. I mean, the red card is given. There's not too much you can do. But here's another look at it too. But you'll see Zizzy right there gives the push, and you could see his body actually turning.
He actually planted. See, the way I look at that too, he was going in with the outside of his foot into the ball, actually hit the ground prior to the ball, so he pretty much lost his balance after getting bumped. That to me is not even a yellow, much less a red. But
depending on where the official is, we got the luxury of seeing the couple angles here. But hindsight being 20/20 and us seeing the replay, not really a foul at all.
Yeah. I mean, you almost got a feel for Rochester a little bit now. This is their second red card in the year, and they're having a hard time establishing a rhythm here tonight. Now something like that happens. I mean, it's very unfortunate. Obviously, you don't want to see Torrey hurt either. But again, I don't think there was any intent to go in there and hurt him of that, especially the way it appeared.
Exactly. Torrey, he's awful ginger coming to the side here. So he, let's hope it's a bruise and not a knee injury.
Yeah, it didn't. Again, when you see the replay, and we've obviously seen it a couple times, and again, don't get me wrong, Chad, freak accidents can happen.
Exactly.
But it didn't look like he got hit that bad, and it almost does it look like Schneider was going in for to kind of go shoulder to shoulder with Zizzy, and Zizzy kind of pulled out a little bit and clipped him, and next thing you know, he's into Torrey. And again, freak accidents happen like that. I've seen players get hurt like that over my career. It's unfortunate, but now Rochester's going to have to find a way, and it's a very good possibility that they can come back from this and find a way to compete with only 10 players.
Hernandez trying to find Zizzy down this near side. So, the other way to look at this as well is I've seen plenty of teams play better with 10 players than 11 players. So just because a team gets a red card doesn't always mean that it's detrimental to them. But right now, the way Harrisburg's been playing and the way Rochester's been playing, I think it's going to be a long night for Rochester from this point forward. It's too bad because, we had a good game going. I really don't think, again, we've had the luxury. We are not the official, didn't see where he saw it from. We had the luxury of seeing that. It looked like more of an accidental, than a deliberate foul. But either way, that's the way the game is played. And Rochester's going to have to try and put a game plan together here as we're in our 56th minute. We're going to have quite a bit of stoppage time after the injury to Torrey, who just come back on the field. Torrey with the ball now. That's excellent to see. Thank God. We don't want to see any of these players going down from injuries on either side of the field whatsoever. They work way too hard at this. Their dreams are, coming true. The last thing you want to see is a bad injury that knocks a player out, for the season, a game, anything. Rochester just, they got to fight back. Jesse Myers has to come up with a game plan, and maybe he can come up with some changes or whatnot in the second half and try and fight, bite, scratch, if they could pick up a goal and hold Harrisburg, they can get out of here with a point.
Well, and again, if they do score, I will almost assure you they're going to go into a bunker counter mode. There's just going to be no way around it. They're going to have to start knocking some long balls as it is now, because I don't think they're going to have the legs to sustain the pressure that Harrisburg's put them under for another 45 minutes.
So we played about a minute and a half of extra time. The referee wanting to get this first half over with right away. Both squads going in there. You see Billy Betcher. Of course, if he gets the win here tonight on the island in the home opener, he will get his 100th victory as the only coach for the Harrisburg City Islanders from the beginning. And that would be a great accomplishment for him and the Islanders and of course, the owners of this team to reach that milestone as well. So at the half, 1-0 is our score. In the 30th minute, McLaughlin picking up the goal off a great through ball from Ekra. McLaughlin able to touch it past the goalkeeper and bury it. And in the 43rd minute, a red card to Brett Schneider for the Rochester Rhinos. And that means from this point forward, Rochester's going to have to play a man down and fight hard to get back in this, Larry.
Well, again, they have no choice. I mean, Rochester's going to have to go to the drawing board in here, and Coach Myers is going to have to find an answer to being down a man. Harrisburg now is going to find a way to take the air out of the ball, and they're going to keep it. And they're going to stretch the game out, and they're going to find a way just to keep it. So we'll see what the second half holds.
Sounds good. 1-0. There you see our score at the half. We're going to take a short break. We'll come back and bring you some more action here at halftime from the Skyline Sports Complex in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. You're watching Invicta Sports.
It's here, whether you enjoy hunting or fishing, discovering history or cutting-edge technology.
It's here, from delicious chocolate to professional sports, wild roller coasters to endless shopping.
It's here, from fine dining to home-style cooking, exciting nightlife to small-town charm. Dauphin County has it all.
No surprise we were voted the 12th most livable region in the nation.
It's here. You should be here too.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. we help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free homeownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of homeownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
And welcome back to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. We're at the half here where the City Islanders are up 1-0. It's been an interesting game. Harrisburg coming out with some great play early on. I'm excited looking at this game. It's going to be an excellent season here on the island. Here's the highlights from the first half. Ball down along this near side as it slid back, and it comes right out in the middle, and Ekra with a golden opportunity and just a great defensive play there for Rochester to knock that down. Rochester at the other end, a shot. Noble had to gather that one in quickly. Probably the best opportunity of the game for Rochester there. Ball swung in there. Another one comes in right here. Ekra trying to get to it. Gets a shot off. That ball blocked. And this was that flurry of about 4 shots by the Islanders, and all of them blocked. And now Ekra tips it outside from Malore. And right there, Torrey puts his first one just up over top. Skipped up, went off his ankle and out of play. And again, Rochester over here, an opportunity, but, you know, Noble was there. So Rochester got a couple pokes in there, but we're not able to put one in the net early. Harrisburg finally picks up their goal here. Ball comes outside. Then McLaughlin gets it off of Ekra, and he finishes that one. And that was the only goal of that first half. The ball comes in here from Malore. And a nice layoff again for Torrey. That one was the one that went off the post. So Torrey looking to try and put both of those in. It could be 3-0 easily here in this first half.
No question. I mean, Harrisburg has been the better team. Harrisburg has come out and accomplished the goal that they're looking to, not only get up by halftime, but establish their own rhythm, have played very good positive soccer, very possession-oriented soccer, and very attractive soccer, something that you want to see when you come to a game. And again, like I said earlier, it's going to draw a lot of attention, and it's going to attract more and more people if they continue to play like this. And if they continue on a run like this, they're going to be incredibly tough to beat.
Sounds good. Well, we're at the half, 1-0 Harrisburg. Stay with us. Coming back, our second half action right next here on Invicta Sports.
attitude. Check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Check, 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 check. Hey now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Check, 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 check. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah. No, it's fine. It's equal. I'm hungry. Yeah, they're a couple hours old, I'm sure. I don't know, these headsets are comfortable.
Test, test, 1, 2, 1, 2, test, 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 1, 2, 1, 2, test, test. Test, test.
It's here, whether you enjoy hunting or fishing, discovering history or cutting-edge technology.
It's here. From delicious chocolate to professional sports, wild roller coasters to endless shopping.
It's here. From fine dining to home-style cooking, exciting nightlife to small-town charm. Dauphin County has it all.
No surprise we were voted the 12th most livable region in the nation.
It's here. You should be here too.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
And welcome back. Just underway here in our second half. The ball swung in by Rochester, handball inside, and that one will result in a restart here for the Harrisburg City Islanders. Larry taking a look through. Looks like both teams came out with the same lineup to start off the second half, didn't they?
Yeah, Coach Betcher definitely came back with the same lineup. There's no need for him to change. I do believe that number 25 entered the match for Rochester, or 25 was dismissed from the match, and I think 22 came in. But needless to say, they are now going to have to find a way to make something happen, because being down a player, it is going to be very difficult for Rochester to get in this unless they start throwing some numbers forward. And at some point, they're going to have to go to 3 in the back. I don't think they can do that right now, but at some point, they're going to have to.
So we got a corner kick now for the Islanders. Hernandez will take the kick. Ball swung in right in the center there. That one flicked out by Rochester as it will run off for a throw-in here. Taking a look at the first half. Shots on goal, 5 for Harrisburg, 3 for Rochester. Saves in the half, 3 for Harrisburg. And Rochester had 6 fouls to Harrisburg's 5. And offsides, none called in that first half. And corner kicks, 2 for Harrisburg, and just the 1 red card or card handed out, of course, to Rochester in that first half. That ball still in play along the sidelines, and Rochester trying to work that out, and we're going to have a foul here. It actually looked like the player for Rochester just missed on the swing, didn't it? Not quite sure on that.
I have to be honest with you. I think the referee's done a very good job to thus far. I do believe the red card will be reviewed. Obviously, I'm sure they will.
Take a look at this here. The ball, boy, that looked like it might have been out.
Oh, he did miss it.
He did miss the ball. That's what I thought. You look at that back, it kind of looked funny in slow motion, too.
It did. It was actually a swing and a miss.
Strike 1.
Oh, boy.
I think Malore was like, how did I get called on that? The guy swung and missed the ball. So that was funny.
Boy, could you imagine a yellow card being issued on something like that?
Absolutely. That ball goes out. We'll have a throw-in now for the Islanders.
You know, Chad, you alluded to it early on, and I have to say, sometimes when you're down a player, it allows your team to focus that much more and pick up the tempo a little bit more. It may or may not affect them all that much. I mean, from a psychological standpoint, definitely I can see it doing that, but Rochester at this point is not shown like they've thrown in the towel by any stretch of the imagination.
Well, it's amazing. You just said the magic word. It's a psychological thing. You think, oh my, we're a man down. We've got to pick up the pace. Everybody's got to put in 110% effort now. and because we got a little bit more space to travel. And the team that doesn't have the red car tends to say, hey, we got some extra space out there, so we don't have to be so much on top of the game. And before you know it, a lot of times that team with the red card just outplays that other team from that point forward. They know they have to put more in. And psychologically, it's it seems like it's easier to put more in than it is to set back a little.
Well, there's no question, and really where this is going to impact Rochester is up on top. They're only going to, even though they played with one front runner before, now they can actually go to a 4-4-1 and pretty much play standard, play straight up, just so they're going to be that one short up on top. And at some point, as I said earlier, they're going to have to go to a smaller number in the back so they can get the numbers forward.
Ekra working hard along this near side. Here comes Rochester again. Nice move down this near side by Ridley. Or righty, I should say. Here's Rochester stretching it to the outside now. Tanky has that one taken away, but Rochester doing a good job moving the ball forward that time. They possessed the ball, Larry, something you talked very heavily about in that first half that they needed to do. They're doing that right now.
That was a great sequence by Rochester, but then, of course, it was a bad first touch by Tanky that just just takes away any rhythm they just established. I mean, that's very frustrating. As a player, I can tell you that, you do all these good things. You're moving the ball, knocking the ball, and all of a sudden you have a poor first touch. Harrisburg gets it back again, and you worked so hard to get where you're at. You got to concentrate that much more. Your first touch is critical, especially in the final third. And Tanky had the ball right outside the 18. Good opportunity to go forward, and it was a poor first touch.
So restart off the offsides. Islanders in the back. Send it ahead. Zizzy with it, far side. McLaughlin, Zizzy doing a nice job on that far side in that first half, working the ball well. McLaughlin looking for that ball off the run. Another good overlap, but a nice defensive play for Rochester. And that ball, if it got through, was in an offsides position up top there by Luzazaris. And here comes Malore. Malore tries to squeak that one across, and a nice defensive play as that one's blocked. Will have a throw. And Malore, just tremendous speed. Last year, come off the bench several times. This year, getting the start, and just an exciting player to watch. Him and McLaughlin almost are matching, bookends, one side of the field to the other with that speed and how they attack that defense. Just really exciting players to watch.
And to be honest with you, that's going to be trouble for any opposing team throughout the course of the year. They're going to be in a position where you're going to have to deal with pace on the flanks. They're going to have to deal with skill and pace in the middle. Of course, and you got Torrey up on top that's deceptively fast, with the long legs, and very good on the ball. So the Islanders, I'll tell you, have assembled a very good side. Obviously, the proof will be towards the end of the season. But, if they can continue to build like this and be this much of an attacking threat all year long, they're going to pin teams back on their heels and make it very difficult for teams to come out and compete against them. They may have to pack it in, sit back a little bit, and take what they can get.
Oh, great heads-up play there by Malore. Just a little bit too heavy on the touch. Had Saini Torre sprinting across the field looking to tuck in for that one. Ball be played back up here by Nitch. The goaltender doing a good job here tonight for Rochester. Duckett looking for the throw, gets it down and deep. And we're going to have a foul there, and I'm not sure which way it's going to go. Is down on the ground after the foul. Looked like, is that Hernandez that took a knock to the knee?
Yeah, it looked like he kind of got backed up into a little bit on top of the thigh like that. But this is, again, now an opportunity for Rochester to get in. They got some big bodies. Opportunity for a restart.
Luzazaris gets fouled right. Oh, yeah, Hernandez wraps. Oh, looks like Hernandez pulled him down, and as Luzazaris went down, he kicked him in the knee kind of as he was flopping. So a restart here, a golden opportunity. Rochester really needs to play a play here that they could put the ball on the end of somebody and swing it out wide to that back post. And nice play there, just over the head of Duckett, it looked like there. Oh, nice ball flip to Duckett here out there. Oh, and Duckett just misses the goal on that one. That was exactly the play that Rochester was looking for, Larry, to try and knot this back at one. I thought the restart was a nice ball swung across there, just over the head of, it looked like Luzinares. And right here, the ball wanted to come over, and Duckett just got the bit. It was a little late on the one touch off the skip, and it went straight up in the air. But a golden opportunity there. Maybe one of those ones you're going to be shaking your head later in the night saying, we could have had that tying goal right there.
Well, unfortunately, they're going to have to rely, I should say, on some opportunities like that. They're going to have to make some things happen off the restarts.
Ball over the top. Nice ball through, too. Boy, that one just about right onto the foot of Mike Reedy, but Islanders recover. I tell you, Rochester has picked up the pace dramatically, I should say, from that first half.
Well, again, very impressed with the way Rochester came out and said, hey, we're going to throw caution to the wind. We're going to play.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Down a man or not, we're going to play, and they have done a nice job. Can they sustain this level for 45 minutes? Probably not. You know, and then Coach Meyer's going to have to make a decision whether he goes to the bench and who he replaces, but I don't think they can play at that level for 45 minutes straight.
Long ball outside, this one for Zizzy. Zizzy brings it down. Still with it. Looks inside, this time for Torrey. Torrey trying to streak through in that one. Nicely turned away by the Rochester defense. Struggling getting that out there tonight. Malore drives this one across, and again, defensively, Rochester doing an excellent job in there. Bellamy getting a foot on that one and knocks it out of play. Here's Malore as he goes down. No call. It's going to be a throw in here for Rochester.
You know, early on, remember we talked about Ekra and Hernandez having to be the two catalysts in the middle part of the pitch, keeping the ball moving in. And Hernandez has done a nice job of just stretching the play a little bit, changing the point of attack. I was talking to Coach Betcher a little bit at halftime, and I was saying, you know, he's kind of strolling around. He not impacting the game a lot, and then he said, well, he kind of phases in a little bit out in the first half. The second half, he'll lift up his level, and the second half, right on the money. I mean, he's knocked the ball around, changed the point of attack. His passes are accurate as anything. So again, and that's just again playing, establishing a little bit of a rhythm, allowing himself to get in the game a little bit, and I've been very impressed with this play. I thought more I'd see a bit more on the 1v1 from him, but in his role, I guess he doesn't have to be.
Now, as an MLS coach, if you were, you know, let's put a hat on there and pretend you're an MLS coach, do you look for him to play his second half game both halves? Or are you okay with him doing what he does in the first half? It sounds like Billy knows exactly what he's going to get from him and how the kid, you know, attacks his game. Do you look for him to play that second half game all the time, or is it okay to see a player like that, you know, play that way throughout a game? You know what I'm talking about? There's, you know, you look for that top level the whole game, and when a player gets tired of changing, you sub them. You know, at the MLS or the top levels.
Again, Chad, this is just my opinion, and I thought maybe I'd like to see him impact the game in the first half, be a little bit more authoritative going forward, not just kind of stroll around and connect passes, even though he's done a very good job of that.
Player.
Yeah, there's no question about that. I'm not questioning that.
And we're not knocking that. It's just, we try to sometimes look at different parts of the game and see how that, you know, it's nice sitting up here because we get to pretend.
Well, you know, Chad, I mean, if you look at it from a standpoint of completed passes, he's probably close to about 95%.
Yeah.
So you want that. And I'm not trying to say that he's not a quality player, because I think he is. I was thinking I was going to see more off the dribble, taking guys on, combining and getting him behind. But he's done what role he's had. He's done an incredible job of that. And Coach Betcher did say, he said, you know, in the second half, every game he has lifted it to another level yet. So
which is what you want.
Which is what you want. Yeah, I guess I was looking for something a little bit different. And again, not taking anything away from him. I think he's a great player.
Absolutely.
And you would not know he's 19 years old.
No, he's got so much composure.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And believe me, he's going to be playing on Sunday afternoons in the MLS in no time, no question about it. So there's no knock whatsoever. I just think that in his role, you know, to me, I was looking for something a little bit more. But
I've heard a lot about him, boy. There's a lot of excitement around him. Not only, you know, the first two games here with the City Islanders and the role that he played in those first two games and again here tonight, but just everything about him from the Union and stuff. So it's a real treat for everybody watching in the Harrisburg area and in USL Live and U Nation this is a treat to see a player of this caliber playing here and getting an opportunity to see this type of player develop here. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, there's no question. I think he's going to be an MLS All-Star someday. I really do. I mean, at 19 years old, I mean, at this point in time, he's so well ahead of the game. He's not playing at the collegiate level where you only get to play 3 months out of the year, and then you got to find a way to remain fit, and you only get so many hours to train with your club. And this is just a tremendous opportunity for him. And, of course, I believe he's going to be an MLS All-Star someday. So, again, just a contrast in styles now, you know, first half to second half. And when I talked to Coach Betcher about that, he said, hey, you watch second half, he's going to lift his level up a whole nother level.
Nice give and go there between Ekra and Malor. It is just a little hard on the touch from Ekra, but I like the play that I'm seeing from Malor and Ekra and McLaughlin. It seems like they just know where each other are. They, you know. Ball left for Ekra here by Hernandez. Ekra waits, turns, still with it, switches it down inside. Great ball, and that one bends away from McLaughlin, but great vision to see McLaughlin out there.
You know, again, we can't negate the touch that Hernandez just laid down for him, too. Ball comes in, he takes the air out for Ekra. Ekra then slides him in, tries to slide him in, ball curls away. Again, great awareness of the game, great touch on the ball. Once again, in the 90th percentile of completing his passes, which is exactly what you want from his position.
Hey, if you're looking for some video production services, Invicta and Invicta Sports, happy to bring you all that. You can find out all the stuff we do at Invicta.net, everything from live sports and parades and concerts and a whole bunch of multi-camera things, as well as TV commercials and television shows and infomercials. Please check us out. We'd love to give you a quote for your next project, and we'll go the extra mile to make sure you're happy if you do award us those contracts. So give us a look. Invicta.net. There you see our live HD mobile production trailer. And we'll be happy to bring that on site. Everything from college football and college sports and high school sports and wrestling and you name it. If you need multi-camera services, give Invicta a call or check us out at invicta.net. So restart here, and referee had to give a talking as well to the Rochester player after that. Oh, what an opportunity here for Rochester. Larry, that is exactly what they needed, Duckett ends up putting that in off the header. Just a weird play. The ball is kept in play, and Bilal Duckett, who was a former Islander, puts the bullet through the hole here for Rochester, and this changes everything. Ball sent in here, headed all the way across, flicked again, and Duckett is right there and finishes it off.
Well, again, great diagonal ball to the back. Obviously, they were looking for a doubleheader on that. They were looking for one to take all the attention to the backside and head the ball back across the face of the net. They got exactly what they wanted. Finished off a very good opportunity. Now it's going to be very interesting to see how Harrisburg responds and if Rochester continues to go forward, if they sit in a little bit.
That goal coming in the 62nd minute, and the assist goes to Reedy, who was the player that got it just inside the post there. I tell you what, this changes the whole complexion of this game now, because Rochester, who has been playing a man down, has come out and I think, in my opinion, has done a lot of dominating in the second half so far, and you know, now has shown the fruits of that labor by coming up with that goal by Duckett here in the 62nd minute. Now the Islanders have to change their game plan because they need to put another one in here no matter what. And the best way to do that is stretch this defense out and move the ball.
No question. I don't think there's any need for Harrisburg to panic. They've been in pretty much control of the game. Goals like that are going to happen. So I think they've been in control, and what they need to do is continue at that. But play with a little bit more urgency right now. I think they've gotten a little complacent for the first 15 minutes of this half. And Rochester has stepped up a little bit. They didn't have a choice. Now you're going to see some substitutions for Rochester, get some fresh legs in. They're going to sit in, as you can see right now. They're not really coming at them. They're going to force Harrisburg to try to find these passes. Let's see how Rochester and Harrisburg respond.
Far side now, Rochester. This ball driven down in, and Noble will be able to gather this in for the Islanders. So in our 64th minute, 1-1 here. Sure, Jesse Meyer's very excited. He's now going to play. I would not be surprised if he plays to try and hold this thing and get out of here with a point after what's taken place so far. But the way they're playing right now, there may be another goal or two in their coffers here.
I think you're going to see them stay as tight and compact as they possibly can be, not overcommit too high, sit in the middle third like this and force them to do exactly what Harrisburg's trying to do.
Oh, ball for Torrey. Torrey tries to get a foot off on that one, and it's blocked. He went to his right foot and looked for that far post, but nice sliding play here by Rochester to block that one.
That's a defensive grit you have to have in a game like this. You're going to have to commit yourself to sliding, scratching, clawing, find any which way you can to make a save.
Commit the body, that's for sure. Ball comes down in. Malore got it in for Torrey, and that one was blocked and sent out.
Chad, what Rochester cannot do at this point in time is sit too low. If they start to sit a little too low, Harrisburg will find a way to pick them apart, or they're going to shoot from distance. So Rochester definitely needs to start playing in the middle third, win better balls, win more balls, and try to play in the opposite end as much as possible. Don't give Harrisburg any more life than what they already have.
Bellamy sends that one back out. Torrey, or check that, Ecker with the turn, drives that one in, headed away. We'll have a corner kick here for the Islanders. So Harrisburg picking up the pace since that Rochester goal. Great attendance here tonight, Larry. We talked about the crowd. They got over 1,800 people in the stands here tonight for opening night. Ball down inside, shot, and they score! Ekra picks up the goal for the Islanders in the 65th minute. Off the corner kick. And I'll have to say, get a look here. Unfortunately, in our location here, our camera guy is right next to us, and sometimes it's hard to see around him. So we'll look at the replay and see. Ekra brings it down inside, send it across, and it'll come all the way back to him, and he just drives that one home.
Rochester standing way too much. Everybody was standing. Ekra never quit on the play. Gets a fortunate bounce. Within 5 minutes of the goal that Rochester scores, isn't that indicative of the game? You know, you're always in a position where all of a sudden you sit back a little bit, next thing you know.
Andrews getting the assist on that one, Larry, so spreading things around. Ekra with a goal and an assist now on the night as he picks up the third goal of the game in the 65th minute.
That's all busy work from Ekra. Ekra did a great job on the corner, cuts around the corner, I should say. Gets a good service in, very dangerous. Rochester got caught sitting flat-footed. Of course, now Harrisburg, recipient of a...
Hernandez with a nice ball down inside.
Well, here's the question, Chad. Can Rochester answer?
You know, I have to say that what I've seen so far in this second half from Rochester, I would say they can, but it also seems like since that Rochester goal, Harrisburg has picked up the pace and changed the game a little bit. So if Harrisburg continues to move the ball, then I think Rochester's in trouble. And part of that right now is to keep the energy up top, and it looks like we're going to see Lucky Mukasana here on the substitution. Are they bringing him in now? And who are they bringing out? I'm taking a look here.
Looks like Jimmy McLaughlin.
Yes, it is. McLaughlin had a fantastic game, Larry. He's been working hard out there. This will be good. I think this will be a good substitution. Lucky Mukasana is a hustler. He chases balls down. He's gonna continue to cause havoc in that Rochester defense, and I think this is a good substitution at this point in the game.
Now you're exchanging pace for pace.
Yes.
Danger for danger. You know,
and fresh legs.
Absolutely.
So,
yep.
Jimmy McLaughlin exiting the game. There you see Lucky Mukasana coming in the game. And you're right, pace for pace, and somebody that's just going to constantly hound you. So here's an opportunity for Rochester. The ball sent in, but it's going to be wide. They were looking for and not a bad play there necessarily, but you got to show that it looks like you're going to take that one at the goal.
Well,
you know what I mean? It looked like you could almost tell that he was going to play it short or something.
You know, yeah, I mean, the way he approached it, listen, I have no problem with that. I like guys coming sideways onto the ball. That way you can hook them either near or far. But there was just not enough movement on the back post for that to be a dangerous enough ball. Or if you're going to hit that ball, you got to hit it. You know what I mean? Not just try to slide one to the back post. And again, the numbers just weren't there. They need to take advantage of every restart like that.
Absolutely, absolutely. ball was definitely out too far to take a crack at the goal, but you can't just make it look like you're going to pass it off anyways. You know what I mean?
You know, it's interesting that, you know, as you're saying that to me, I'm thinking to myself, in my mind, I'm thinking I'm having it.
Really?
I'm going to have it. Yeah, because, you know, here's what, you come in with pace, and he can't handle it. Now you have guys covering up. You know what I'm saying?
Good point.
And it's getting a little later at night, so now what's the grass doing? It's starting to get a little dewy.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes it a little bit more difficult. So, again, I didn't ever really shied away from hitting balls like that. So I'm thinking I would probably go at that right there and try to go at something because they need opportunities on frame.
Can't score unless it's on goal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Noble out of the goal. He better get to it, and he just barely gets to that one. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Boy, did that really bring the Harrisburg City Islander fans to the edge of their seat because that was incredibly dangerous. Even though it was a misplayed ball to some degree, it was incredibly dangerous. Noble had no choice. He was a sitting duck. Jordan, I don't think, really knew where the ball was at. I think he kind of lost track of it. And
Losing Eris saw that one the whole
absolutely.
way. He literally was probably less than a half an inch from tipping that over the head of Noble.
And that's what you don't want to do right now. You don't want to battle back, get the lead, and then turn around and give up something like that.
Well, as a player and a coach, the last thing you want to see is your goaltender going up for a header against a forward for another team when they're not used to doing that. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely
They're used to coming in with their hands, and they got that advantage, and that's just a dangerous. Oh, great ball for Malor. Malor down. Hesitate to touch outside, swings it far post. I think he took that one way too wide.
Absolutely.
He had a chance to take it straight at the goal.
Absolutely. I think he took a poor touch too far to the left. Absolutely agree.
And the referee going to let Mike Reedy know that the next tackle is going to be a card. So he came in hard on that one. Yeah, there at Malor, I think, had a golden opportunity to get a shot at the goal if he'd have taken that touch straighter than rather than taking it wide.
You know, and again, you're coming onto the ball hard. It's skipping in like that. He's a dominant left-footed player. He took his first touch with his right foot. You know, maybe he's better served if he takes it a little bit with the outside of the left boot, but that's us sitting up here.
Exactly.
I mean, that's
again,
all
we
knee-jerk.
have that advantage of playing pretend.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Looks like Rochester's going to make a sub here. Going to go with big number 30, Horth. Maybe look at him as a target up on top, put an extra number up on top.
Great ball by Zizzi for Torre. Torre quickly across the front, just past Mukasana, and that one's going to be knocked out of play. What a tremendous ball played across. It all started actually with Zizzi dropping that ball deep in for Torre, and Torre strikes a great ball across the backside of that defense, just out of the reach of that man right there, Lucky Mukasana.
Very dangerous ball. Good positive ball. I don't know about this change here, Chad.
Take a look at this replay again, and this ball just swung across and literally just, actually not necessarily out of the reach, but
it's dewy grass.
Off step from Mukasana as well. So
little skip. It's a little skip.
I apologize, Larry. Who was the substitution?
No, and here I am. I'm looking at the sub when the replay was going on, but I just think Luzerne was an impact player for them. I don't know if I pull him out. If anything, maybe I pull it back out at this point. I'm down a goal, and I get 2 up on top. But that's why these guys coach professionally, and I coach youth.
Oh, they did. You're right. They did take out.
And I didn't. He's been working hard all game. I know they need fresh legs, but.
Leave him in and put, like you said, put somebody else in there that
little
can get
underneath
up top.
Him. Yeah.
But again, they've got a huge target out there up top as well in the game now. Came in for him as number 30, and that's Matt Horth.
All right, fans, take a minute to locate.
And I don't disagree with getting size up on top like that. Don't get me wrong. I just think they need numbers now.
Yeah, I agree. But here's some great hustle here as well out of Horth. Horth with a great ball across the top, nobody there. Oh, just intercepted there, but a nice movement on the ball there by Rochester.
Tackle.
And now we got a tackle. Boy, that was a fantastic tackle. That was an outstanding tackle there by Tanky. And
that's a great tackle. He needs to get himself under control because he's going to get carded for dissent. But, boy, I'll tell you what, that was a fantastic open field tackle.
That was all ball. I think for Harrisburg it was sold well here. Ball comes in. could have gone either way looking at it now.
Well, we're right in front of it. I mean, we're right in front of it. I thought it was a fantastic tackle, but, and poor Rochester, you know what? Just another nail in their coffin.
Exactly. And they had numbers.
Yeah.
Harrisburg was quickly sprinting to get forward, and Rochester had several players, back behind the ball here. So, 74th minute, 2-1. Islanders looking for that 100 victory in their 10th season here on Harrisburg City Island. That would be, of course, the 100th victory for Coach Bill Betcher, the only head coach for the Harrisburg City Islanders. Ball streaking down in here. Anding now. Anding sends it in for Mukasada. Mukasada swings it! Goal, Harrisburg! What a finish by Lucky Mukasada.
I'll tell you what, the run by Anding that he drove at the back four and slid Mukasada in like that, absolutely fantastic. I've been very impressed with the left back from the Harrisburg City Islanders.
Oh, I tell you what, it's tremendous finish here by Lucky. But watch this run here. Just a beautifully played ball. And you know what, Larry? It looked like the defender actually got a touch on that as well.
But still, well-timed run, well-paced ball. Lucky gets it on target and gets a little lucky.
Oh, just over the glove. What a finish.
Yeah, it looked like it deflected off the defender's foot. But neither to say. I mean, it was still on target, yeah.
Exactly. Lucky Mukasada comes in off the bench and puts one in the back of the net for the Islanders. They go up by a 2-goal lead now. Now I think it's going to be awful tough for Rochester to claw back.
This will be tough. There's no question about that.
And now you've got Mukasada, who's got those fresh legs, and he's just going to keep coming at you and coming at you and coming at you. And
I think we're going to see some more changes here. Coach Betcher's going to get some fresh legs in.
Yep.
At some point, Coach Myers is going to probably have to make a change or two here at this point and go with 3 in the back. Whether you lose by 1 or 2 at this point is irrelevant. He's going to have to get numbers forward.
Well, we hope you're enjoying all the coverage here on USL Pro and USL Nation here. Check out USL Pro online at facebook.com/USL Pro and on Twitter. Watch every USL Pro game this season on USLNation.com. Whether you're at home or on your mobile device, you'll never be far away from the game. U-Nation and USL Pro.
All right.
Malore swings this one down inside of Mukasada, almost on the end of another one, Larry.
Tell you, great ball by Malore. Whips it right at the top of the 6, curling away from the keeper. Mukasada's done an excellent job of getting on the end of all this stuff so far. He's been very dangerous.
Boy, great run, great battle down there by Matt Horth, I should say, and Greg Jordan. Jordan got to that one, knocked it off the sideline. And Jordan a little slow getting up here, but great run down this near side by Horth, though. That's what they're going to need. They're going to need somebody that's just going to go at you the whole time. Watch his ball whipped in here, Larry. Comes in, and Mukasada almost gets the head on it. What a fantastic defensive play.
Well, as you see the replay, you could tell if Mukasada would have been to the inside of his defender, that's a goal.
Yep, exactly. Ball swung in here by Rochester. That one sent out by Hernandez. And now we'll have a foul. This one's going to go against Malone. Yeah, and he's going to get a yellow.
Yep, no question about that.
Yep.
Number 14, Tom Meller.
And we'll get a substitution here. We'll see who's going to come in. And this will be Ribeiro for Hernandez.
Substitution for the City Islanders entering the game.
Well, Chad, Hernandez, for me tonight, A+.
Absolutely.
Kept possession, quality player. I guess maybe I was looking for something a little bit different in the first half, but, played like a pro all night long. Connecting his passes, very dangerous. Great ball server. So, for me, A+. I thought he was a quality player.
Absolutely. Ribeiro in the game now from Green Bay, Wisconsin. Oh, that ball sent across, and again, that kind of sums it up for what Rochester has had to struggle through tonight. Off the restart, a ball just sent across, and weren't able to get it on target. That one goes off of Roberto, should say.
I think they should have probably whipped the ball. They should have whipped that ball in the box, Chad.
Yeah.
I understand trying to go short, but, unless he's going to take a good touch and get a good shot off. But right there, you got to get balls in the danger zone right now. Right now, coming up short is not going to be the answer. These are the kind of balls they need.
Oh, and down in behind, and he was on sides too, as that one just went by Duckett.
Fans, make sure to catch the next 2 home games. First, the Owls return this Wednesday to the
I'd be encouraging more balls, a little bit more direct in that zone right there, where it's with more pace, so that all they're doing is looking for a deflection opposed to trying to reel up and get a snap header. Drive the ball towards the frame, just about, head high, a little bit higher, maybe just to get up and get a snap on it. Enough to misdirect it, not to really have to get up and put too much power on it.
Next game we'll be bringing to you is this coming Wednesday. I hope you'll come out here and support the Islanders. You can see there is a fantastic team on the island this year, and so much excitement and so much fun to watch. You really got to get out and bring the kids and enjoy some great family activity. Ball swung in there, another great ball. Streaking inside, shot taken, there's another goal! Sadie Torre picks one up here for the Islanders. Had a couple opportunities here tonight. He was due for one, Larry.
Well, I'll tell you what a ball by Colin Zizzi. Slides it in between the left back and the inside back. Perfectly weighted. Torre, great run.
Take a look at it, the replay here again. Just the ball slid out there by Torre, and Torre, right through the 5-hole on the goalkeeper. What a great finish. A goal coming in the 80th minute. 4-1 now in favor of the Islanders. And I tell you what, I don't remember seeing scoring like this from the Islanders as well.
No, but again,
that's always been a thing, finishing.
Agreed. Yeah, great. But you know what? They got the pace. They got the guys that can deliver the ball. These guys are now initiating great runs. They're going to be a handful. They're going to be incredibly difficult to touch all year.
So Basso comes in the game. Malore will exit the game. Malore with a fantastic game here tonight for the Islanders. A big smile on his face, and rightfully so. Stephen Basso in the game now. It looks like Billy Betcher is going to pick up that 100th victory here tonight, Larry, in the home opener for the 10th season.
In style, I must say, as well.
Absolutely. And big hats off to Steve Wooderson as well, who has been an integral part of this team for many years here on the island as well. Rochester's still fighting. Ball played to the outside now. Swung in and knocked away by the Islanders. Not much there on the end of that one. Mukasada's still with it, tries to get a turn. He's held, and that ball played. And, same type of play could have resulted in a yellow card there. We saw that from Malore. So lucky to get away without a card there. And here's a player entering the game that Billy was very excited about. He's an exciting player. He's a little player, but he says he's just a tremendous speed and vision on the ball, as well as he gives a substitution to Ekra.
Well, Coach Betcher obviously has a good problem, Chad. I mean, he can deliver players left and right coming in that are just quality. One comes in for the next. I'll tell you, he's going to have a heck of a team this year, and it's going to be exciting for us to not only follow him, but in order for us to do him, I mean, it's going to be great.
So Jameel Hardware from Jamaica comes in the game, and so Tanky comes out of the game now for the Rochester Rhinos, and in the game for him is Ross Lebu.
Highmark Blue Shield is proud to sponsor soccer and invites you to find out more about the full range of health plans to fit your life and your needs.
Here's Jordan. Nice patience now for Stephen Basso. Basso.
I'll tell you what, Chad.
Hardware.
Sorry, Chad, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I got to tell you what, you got to give this kid really nothing but credit. This kid has been buzzing from front to back.
Oh, yeah.
His motor's been going the entire time. He's been an effective player. He's been dangerous. He's shown no desire to want to quit.
For the City Islanders, entering the game, number 16, Matt Bainer.
This should be the final substitution, I think, isn't it, Larry?
Yeah, I mean, at this point in time, I mean, obviously it's going to be virtually impossible for Rochester to come back. Now it's an opportunity for Billy to get some of his players to get some time and some experience.
Absolutely. So in the game now is Matt Bainer for Zizzy. Zizzy had a tremendous game, I thought, tonight, Larry. Outstanding game. Matt Bainer from Westchester, Ohio.
Zizzy's a converted outside back. I believe he went there last year due to an injury.
He did.
And has done incredibly well, and I can see why Coach Betcher stayed with him.
Tremendous ball he played in for Torre.
Yeah, no question.
This ball sent ahead, and getting off his line was Christian Nietzsche to play it out for Rochester. Basso is going to just get this out of trouble. Knocks it ahead. We're in our 84th minute of play here as the Islanders will count down to that 100 victory here for their franchise. Oh, missed kick there. Dangerous by Cody Andrews, but Noble able to recover on that one for the Islanders.
You know, I was a little skeptical whether Noble will be back in frame here for Harrisburg, because he did go to Columbus after the season last year, and the goalkeeper coach out there is a former teammate of mine, and I know was in touch with Coach Betcher about whether they were going to sign him or whether they were going to let him come back to the USL, and I didn't hear anything for the longest time. I know he was in a couple MLS camps, but I do believe that this young man also has a place in the MLS. But what a, it's a tough position because there's only so many goalkeepers each team carries,
exactly.
And not as interchangeable as a player.
But it's okay for him to get that extra experience too, which he's a young player. Still got plenty of years to play here. And there's the foul that we just saw, and that one was handed out to Matt Boehner. Here's Mukasana now. Mukasana going hard at it. Has Torre out for Torre. Torre touches it ahead. Can he get there? Oh, what a great defensive play there by Rochester. Reedy cross top of the box, swings this one in, and that one knocked in by
Check out USL Pro online at facebook.com/USL Pro and on Twitter at
Mukasana plays it back now for Basso.
USL Pro, USL Live, /USL Nation. Watch every USL Pro game this season on USLNation.com.
And we got Duckett going at it here with Anding, and the referee having to pull them two apart.
A little frustration.
Yeah, exactly.
Certainly can understand it. Anding having no idea that Duckett had played here last year, and obviously they were able to.
We'll take a look at it. They both shake hands, and they'll put it out. Oh, Duckett came in and went right for the knee.
No, we don't need that at this time.
No. That's Anding had nothing to do with that too. He sent Duckett to the turf. Jordan with it now across the back. Here's Andrews. Andrews sends this one over the top. Of course, the ball goes right to Duckett. And Anding is not what always happens, Larry. It never fails. And both players playing that one professionally, I should say.
Harrisburg needs to just start stroking the ball around, keeping it, stretching the game out a little bit.
And stay out of injury-prone situations.
Absolutely. Yep. Don't give up any 50-50 balls and playing balls over the top where somebody can come in and size somebody up. At this point in time, just keep it moving, go back to Noble, stretch the game out a little bit.
You got about 5 minutes left to try and knock this off. It's an important night. You want to be around to enjoy it and celebrate with your team and your coach and the fans.
What a great ball that was. Laced ball, 45, 50 yards. Such a difficult ball to hit.
Here's Torre. He's going to lay it to the outside. That ball trying to be swung in there by Boehner. It was blocked for Rochester. Boehner fighting hard to try and get it back. And the Rhinos are able to send this one up and out of dangerous territory. The 88th minute now. Jordan will play this one up and out of play. I think a tremendous showing tonight for the Islanders. For them to go up 3-0 to start the season is unheard of when you talk about the Harrisburg City Islanders over the last 9 seasons. And to come out for their 10th anniversary and such a milestone there with the type of team that we're seeing here tonight, Larry, I am excited to do Wednesday night's game.
Yeah, this is obviously a tremendous display by Harrisburg. I mean, it really has been an excellent display of soccer. Very attractive style, and a little unfortunate for Rochester dropping a man like that and deflated them a little bit. But they did come back with some character and knot this thing up and It's just tough. You're down a man like that. It's tough. I mean, and of course, just the psyche of it, Chad.
Oh, yeah.
Just within,
Yeah.
you know, that's difficult.
Absolutely. Jordan taking his time for Basso here. Basso working forward. Basso holding on. Now sends it outside, and here's Duckett and Anding going at it again here. Down inside the box, Anding trying to come up with it, and that one will be cleared by Rochester. Good job inside the box of gathering that ball in. Hort was able to control that and play it in. Hort looking for it back over the top, and nothing there. Hort looking for it at his feet. Jordan did a good job of anticipating that. Here's Hardware with it now. Hardware with some space. Attacking the goal, looking who's he got. Hardware still with it. Tries to play it outside, had the jersey tug and went down, but looking around, looking for what he could find. Nothing there. Rochester with it.
Rochester dropping as deep as they are. He kind of got stifled a little bit. He's dribbling. Everybody's kind of tight. Didn't really know where to go. And, you know, good idea to try to slip him in. I think he should have probably slipped it in behind opposed to try to play flat across. But, again, he's a dynamic player. He's fun to watch. Quick on the ball. Good skill.
I would like to have seen him just rip one from there. Put it on
I'd
goal.
be curious. Yeah, I'd be curious what you dare, Chad. See what he's got.
Time added to the end of the second half.
So I think they just said 4 minutes of stoppage time, Larry. Is that what?
A lot of substitutions.
Yep. So Nike is now involved with USL Soccer. Nike is a proud supporter of USL. Follow them at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer information. Ball swung to the outside here by Ribeiro for the Islanders. And they'll slow it down on the far side now. Torre with it. Swings it in for Brandt. This is exactly what the Islanders need to do. Just stretch out Rochester, get out of this half. No injuries. We're in stoppage time now. I think they said 4 minutes. I couldn't quite hear what the official PA announcement was, Larry, but
I would suggest. I mean, I would agree if it was 4. There's a lot of substitutions.
Yeah.
I think with the score being 4-1, though, I probably would have cut that in half. But
outside here for Andy, and he's going to be called offsides.
Offside, whistled against the City Islanders.
I think Anding's had an outstanding game with for the Islanders. Of course, he started out in the back and made some tremendous overlapping runs in that first half, and has moved up into that midfield position as Basso has dropped into the back off of some substitutions.
The versatility that Coach Betcher has is just
it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Could you imagine having a coach with that much firepower? I need to make a substitution? No problem.
It's a good problem to have. You know what I mean?
The game slowed down. Let's just change this person, and we're right back where we were before. Yeah, it's unbelievable to have that much. As a player, maybe not so much.
Yeah.
You know, because you've got so many good players around you that, you know. But hey, there's a lot of players that got off the bench tonight and got into this game, and that's what you hope for too. When you get a couple goals ahead of you, that your coach is going to let you get off that bench and get that experience. And Billy's done that tonight. And that ball's going to go out of play. We'll have a goal kick here as we are in our 92nd minute of play here. Torre just rolls it ahead here for Ribeiro. Back to Torre. Torre, he slips Lucky Mukasana. It looked like he was off, Larry, and Mukasana gets his second goal of the game coming in off the bench. It is 6-1 now for the Islanders. Or, I'm sorry, 5-1 now for the Islanders.
Great ball by Torre. Played the full 90 tonight for